Family Feud is actually an interesting title of the Rugrats because it's not actually a family that's feuding, but neighbours. This is the second segment of the 10th episode of the second season of Rugrats, and after a rather heated game of charades, Betty and Howard fall out with Stu and Didi. And unfortunately, this means that Phil and Lil are not going over to play with Tommy, and Tommy and Chuckie decide to hatch a plan to try and stop this fight so they can be with Phil and Lil again, but things don't go according to plan. Chaz has a pretty great role in this. He ends up going back and forth between the two houses, playing Piggy in the middle, and I really liked him in this. I thought he had a really great role and a really great quote as well. He said, I didn't write it down, so I don't remember it exactly, but he said something along the lines of, it's not about who started it, but who's mature enough to stop it. And I think that's a great message. It doesn't matter who started it, it's who ends it that's the most important. And I feel like what did happen with the narrative, I won't explain, but I was pleased with it. I thought everything unfolded very well, it made a lot of sense. The message about what's really important was very clear and very true as well. And there's also a message in there about not playing charades, because I feel like charades often ends in tears. It was a decent episode, although I did think Stu, when he found the watch, and I don't want to say too much about the role of the watch, but when he found it and decided that it was Grandpa's watch, he really shouldn't have put it on his wrist. It's not his property. So I didn't agree with that aspect. Obviously, it had to happen in order to, progress with the narrative, but it did kind of annoy me a little bit that he just freely put on Grandpa's watch without permission. But it's a good episode. Definitely one of those messages that I think might be even more important for older viewers. Obviously, younger viewers need to learn that having silly feuds is pointless, but I feel like it's something that affects older individuals maybe even more frequently. So, yeah, good message, decent episode, great mix of environments, backdrops, really well animated, no problems whatsoever. The only issue I have is with Stu putting on that watch, but other than that, not a bad episode at all.